Good morning, students. In the last deliberation, I explained you regarding the political parties, the meaning of party system, types of party systems, and also I emphasized on the nature and special characteristics of party system in India. So, with this background, let us move forward to the second part of the party system in India. So, this is in accordance with your syllabus that comes under unit 1 chapter 2. So, today in this lecture I am going to explain you about the modes of classification of political parties, and secondly I will give you pure first hand information regarding the national political parties of India, their ideologies and also their social base and electoral performance, and lastly I will also emphasize on the regional political parties and their social base. So, let us start with the different modes of classification of political parties. So, I told you that there are as many as 2598 registered political parties as of today. It is very difficult to go on counting them one by one. So, it is now as per our convenience we can divide them as national parties, regional parties and other registered parties, but this is not the case always. So, there are different criteria according to which you can divide political parties, and for our academic purpose we can have different conclusions regarding how the parties are formed. So, basically there are 5 important criteria according to which parties can be classified. The first is on the basis of origin, party ba dala gudikar utpatti, dala kemiti origin heichi ba utpatti labh karichi taku neikiri. Secondly, on the basis of electoral basis, whether they address to the all the sections of the society or a few sections of the society. Thirdly, on the basis of social cleavages. Social cleavages means the fault lines in the society such as caste, class, language, etc. And thirdly, fourthly, on the basis of ideology. Adarsagata drushtikonuru, the parties differ from each other on the basis of their ideology or their own manifesto. And lastly, again on the basis of vote share and territorial spread, we can have different political parties. Kete ko party vote पाउचंती आ तांकर को अंचल मानकरे तांकर प्रभाव रही ता बेसिस रे मध्य आमे राजनीतिक दल गुडी को भाग करि परिबा. तेणु these are the 5 important bases on which you can divide political parties. Let us discuss them in detail. So, first of all, the first criteria to divide political party is on the basis of origin. तेणु दल गुड़िकर केमती उत्पत्ति होती ता बेसिस रे आमे दुई प्रकार दल देखा पाचे. सो टू टाइप्स ऑफ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज यू कैन फाइंड. द फर्स्ट इज द मूवमेंट बेस्ड पार्टीज. मूवमेंट है कौन से गोटे आंदोलन उत्पत्ति लाभ करथिबा. सो एवरीबॉडी नोज दैट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी, दैट इज द ग्रैंड ओल्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया, इट ओरिजिनेटेड along with the freedom movement. So, Congress is the best example of movement based party, and recently you find the Aam Aadmi Party, which was originated in 2012 on the basis of that Anna movement, movement against corruption. And similarly, the Bahujan Samaj Party formed by Kansiram, then Republican Party of India, which was also formed by Dr. Ambedkar. These are also movement led parties, and the rest of the other parties, they can be categorized as non-movement based parties. So, they are nothing to do with any movement. So, this is the first criteria. Let us come to the second criteria. Second criteria is electoral base. So, from which section of the society the party wants to attract the voters, because ultimately each and every political party wants to win the election. So, in that process it wants to attract the voters. So, here the voters are a heterogeneous community, they are divided into several groups. So, which group is attracted by the political party, that is important here. So, when a political party is able to attract all the sections of the society, it is known as a catch-all political party. Catch-all means it wants to attract everybody, whether he is a Dalit or a Brahmin, or whether he is a OBC or whether a Muslim or Hindu or urbanite or a rural based person or educated, uneducated, women or men. So, it comes across all the sections of the society, that is a catch all party. So, in this context Congress is the best example of a catch all political party, and BJP is also slightly moving towards the lines framed by the Congress, and it now wants to attract the voters across all the sections of the society. And contrary to the catch all phenomenon, there is also another context, that is known as sectional. So, some parties also address to the certain sections of the society. So, sections may be on the basis of caste or language, like that. So, most of the regional parties in India, they are sectional in orientation. Sectional here means they attract a particular section of the voters. Suppose the Biju Janata Dal here, it has nothing to do with the Telugu voters or Tamil voters or Punjabi voters. It attracts only Odia voters, because it is a party confined only to the territorial boundary of Odisha. Similarly, DMK or the Shiromani Akali Dal, they attract the voters of their own community. So, these regional parties in totality, they are sectional in their social base. So, this is another criteria to divide political parties. Now, let us come to the third criteria. The third criteria is the social cleavages. Social cleavage अर्थ है समाज रे जो फाट रही, समाज रे जो विभिन्न प्रकार फाट क्या नहीं रही ना, द फॉल्ट लाइन्स इन द सोसाइटी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कास्ट, कास्ट जाति को लेकर, धर्म को लेकर, भाषा को लेकर, अंचल को लेकर विभिन्न प्रकार फैक्टर, एथनिसिटी. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट क्लीवेजेस इन द सोसाइटी. On that basis, political parties are formed to address to those cleavages or those sections of the society, and they want to mobilize the voters of that particular section. Suppose on the basis of ethnicity or religion, you can find the Muslim League, IUML, Indian Union of Muslim League. So, the Muslim League, which was formed under Jinnah, now after independence it changed its name to IUML, Indian Union of Muslim League. So, Muslim League attracts only the Muslim voters, it is purely religious based parties. Similarly, the Shiromani Akali Dal, which is active in Punjab, that attracts the voters of only Sikh community. So, they are religious or ethnic based parties. Secondly, parties can also be linguistic. So, on the basis of language, भाषा भित्तिक दल, भाषा भित्तिक दल रे बहुत हम एग्जांपल देखिबा. For example, Telugu Desam party. So, in 1982 when Telugu Desam was formed, it was only to restore the pride of the Telugu speaking people. So, this Telugu Bidda attitude, that was instrumental in the formation of the Telugu Desam party. And similarly, the DMK or Anna DMK, AIA DMK. So, both the Dravidian political parties, they want to address to the interest of the Tamil voters. So, these are the examples of linguistic parties. Now, on the basis of caste or class, again the caste and class, they are also another important part of the social cleavage. So, on the basis of caste and class, you can find BSP, Bahujan Samaj Party, which is whose vote bank is specifically to the scheduled caste or the Dalit community. The Samajwadi Party is there, which is active in Uttar Pradesh, and whose pure vote bank is the Jadab community, Muslim and Jadavs. The RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal, which is now very much active during Bihar election, and its vote bank is also MY. MY stands for M for Muslim and Y for Jadav. Similarly, Janata Dal Secular, which is also an active political party in Karnataka, and its sectional interest lies with the Vokaliga community in Karnataka. So, these are the examples of how caste and class, they are important part of the social cleavage, and on that basis the voters are mobilized by different political parties. So, now come to the fourth criteria. The fourth criteria is on the basis of ideology, and political parties differ from each other mainly on the basis of ideology. So, ideology here implies the program of action. Ideology is the manifesto of the political party, and the party says that when it comes to power, what it will do for the voters. So, ideology makes a distinction between the Congress and the BJP, or BJP and the BJD, and a lot more. So, on that basis, ideologically we can have different types of political parties. Particularly on the basis of ideology, we can find the leftist ideology, leftist or Bamapanthi. So, who are the leftists? Leftists are those who believe in the communist ideology of Marx and Lenin. They want to transform the society, they want to do certain welfare to the weaker sections of the society, and examples of the leftist parties are CPI or the Communist Party of India, CPM, they are the best example of leftist or Bamapanthi Dala. Second is the rightist. So, the rightist parties are purely nationalistic in nature. For them, the nation first, nation is first, the interest of India is first, nothing is above the interest of India. So, they are known as the rightist, the Dakshinapanthy bole ame kohuche, tar best example hela BJP and Shiva Sena. And thirdly, there is also another ideology that is known as centrist by Kendrapanthi. So, centrist political parties are very opportunistic in nature, and they combine the elements of leftism and rightism within their own fold. Sometimes they turn left, sometimes also they turn right according to the situation. So, the best example of centrist political parties are Congress and lot other political parties like NCP, Nationalist Congress Party, or Trinamool Congress, RJD, Samajwadi Party, Janata Dal United. So, a number of parties you can go on counting who take a stand at the center. Now, come to the another criteria, another type of political party on the basis of ideology, that is center left. Some parties they stand at the center, but they lean towards the left. माने किसी दल अच्छे जो मैंने सेंटर रे थिला भाया लगती केन्द्र रे किंतु सेमाने टिके ढलिकी रहती वामपंथी आड़ को. तार एग्जांपल होची कांग्रेस अंडर यूपीए. So, UP was formed mainly with the support of the communist parties. So, therefore, Congress is termed as the center left. Similarly, there is also center right. Some parties like BJP, they turn, although they stand at the center, they turn sometimes to the rightist section. That is, so BJP is also under NDA, BJP can be termed as the center right party. Similarly, there is also another classification, that is conservative. Some parties are conservative or Rakshanashila. So, those who are center right, definitely they are conservative in nature, and another is liberal, and those who are center left, they are liberal ba udarvadi boli ame kohanti. So, this is the classification of political parties on the basis of ideology. Now, come to the last one, that is on the basis of vote share and territorial spread. केते भोट पार्टी पाउची आ तार को अंचल प्रभाव अच्छी ता बेसिस आमे तीन प्रकार पार्टी देखा पाइबा. फर्स्ट होची नेशनल पार्टी बा जातीय दल, सेकेंड इज रीजनल पार्टीज बा आंचलिक दल, एंड अदर पार्टीज बा अदर रजिस्टर्ड पार्टीज हु आर नाइदर नेशनल नॉर रीजनल. सो national parties, the criteria is fixed by the election commission, and as of today there are 8 national parties in India, and to go by the definition, national parties and regional parties, they differ in their orientation. So, national parties are oriented towards the national interest of India as a whole, but contrarily the regional parties, they focus on the, or they are oriented towards the development of their own locality or own state. So, few parties they turn this side or that side, and they are registered parties, but they are neither national nor regional. तेणु इलेक्शन कमिशन को मत अनुसार किसी दल को जातीय दल हिसाब से स्वीकृति दि जाइए. से आम 8टी दल देखा पाचे. से है कांग्रेस, बीजेपी, देन सीपीआई, सीपीएम, बीएसपी, नेशनलिस्ट कांग्रेस पार्टी, ऑल इंडिया तृणमूल कांग्रेस, देन नेशनल पीपुल्स पार्टी. तेणु आजिका डेट्रे 8टी हूँ जातीय दल. सेमती आंचलिक दलों संख्या बर्तमान सुधा अच्छी 52 बा 52 अच्छी. से मेजर हूँ डीएमके जोड़ा कि तमिलनाडुर, एआईएडीएमके तमिलनाडुर, आ ओडिशार बेस्ट एग्जांपल है बीजेडी बा बिजु जनता दल, शिवसेना सेमती महाराष्ट्र रे. सो रीजनल पार्टीज देयर फोकस इज फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ देयर ओन लोकालिटी. सो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन classify political parties on the basis of their vote share and also territorial spread. Now, having said this one, this is the first kind of information you must have in order to analyze how political parties differ in India. So, let us come to the technical criteria. So, technically speaking, who has the power to declare a party as a national party or a regional party or only a registered party? So, remember one thing, that all political parties have to register under the election commission of India. So, सबू दल को जो माने निर्वाचन प्रतिद्वंदिता करिया चाहते से माने इलेक्शन कमिशन बा निर्वाचन आयोग द्वारा पंजीकृत होइथिबे. तेणु से जो रजिस्टर्ड पार्टी को इलेक्शन कमिशन तांकर परफॉर्मेंस को देखिकरी तांकर इलेक्शन रे तांकर रोल बा भूमिका को बा तांकर रिजल्ट को देखिकरी तांको क्लासिफिकेशन करि थाए. तेणु इलेक्शन कमिशन कर जो क्राइटेरिया फिक्स करा जायछि, वो मापकाठी फिक्स करा जायछि, से मापकाठी अनुसार नेशनल पार्टी बा जातीय दल काहा को कुहा जिवो. सो नेशनल पार्टी कैन ओनली बी डिक्लेयर्ड एज ए नेशनल पार्टी इफ इट सैटिस्फाइड एनी वन ऑफ द 3 कंडीशंस. So, first condition is that if a party wins 2% of seats in Lok Sabha from at least 3 different states, 2% of seats in Lok Sabha member होचंती हमर 543 543 रू 2% 2% रो सीट से जितुथिबो आउ मिनिमम केतोटी राज्य रो से जितिथिबो 3टी राज्य रो जितिथिबो सेटा गोटे क्राइटेरिया जदि सेटा न अछि सेकंड क्राइटेरिया होची at a general election, that means Lok Sabha election ho nahale legislative assembly election ho, the party polls 6% of votes in 4 states in addition to 4 Lok Sabha seats. तेणु गला माने विगत इलेक्शन रे तेणु विगत इलेक्शन कहले जदि आम आज का डेट को धरिबा ताले 2019 इलेक्शन में धरिया पड़ो तेणु 2019 इलेक्शन रे जो दल एटलिस्ट 6% भोट पाइथिबो 4टी स्टेट रु मिनिमम 4टी स्टेट रु आउ तार मिनिमम 4टी लोकसभा सीट से आनीथिबो ताले ताकू मध्य नेशनल पार्टी हिसाब रे घोषणा करा जाई पारे आउ जदि ता भी नाही ताले थर्ड क्राइटेरिया होची जे ए पार्टी इज रिकॉग्नाइज्ड एज ए स्टेट पार्टी और रीजनल पार्टी इन 4 और मोर स्टेट्स मिनिमम 4टी कि 4 रु अधिक राज्य रे दल को आंचलिक दल हिसाब रे मान्यता मिलिथिबो ताले ये जेकोसी गोटे क्राइटेरिया यदि फुलफिल करा होची ताले इलेक्शन कमिशन ताको नेशनल पार्टी बोली घोषणा करि पारिबो ताले नेशनल पार्टी हेले लाभ कोन कि रीजनल पार्टी हिसाब रे यदि गणित हो लाभ कोन तार विभिन्न लाभ अछि लाभ होची कोन जे व्हेन द इलेक्शन कमिशन गिव्स अ सर्टिफिकेट एज ए नेशनल पार्टी और रीजनल पार्टी दोज पार्टीज हैव ए राइट टू गेट सर्टेन रिजर्व सिंबल्स किछि रिजर्व सिंबल अछि सेमान को मिलिबो. Secondly, those parties declared as national party or regional parties, they have the right to get free access to All India Radio or Doordarshan for their campaigning, free time for campaigning, and also they can use certain number of star campaigners, and they are also regularly called upon by the Election Commission of India to fix the date of election and also suggestions for electoral reforms. So, these are certain advantages enjoyed by the national parties as well as regional parties. So, therefore, there is a competition among different political parties to get this tag either national or regional. So, this is how parties are recognized as national parties. So, as of today you can look at this slide, you will get 8 national parties in India and I have represented them with specific symbols. So, accordingly the Indian National Congress is there, the BJP or the Bharatiya Janata Party, then the CPI Communist Party of India, then the CPM, then the Nationalist Congress Party, then the BSP or Bahujan Samaj Party with elephant, and All India Trinamool Congress with grass and flower, and this latest addition is the National People's Party, which is very much active in the northeastern part of the country and which has lately been recognized as a national party. So, this is the story of the national party, 8 national parties of India. So, let us discuss them one by one. So, first of all, before going to have a detailed discussion on each national party, let me inform you that when the party was formed, by whom the party was formed and in which year. So, these are certain things you must remember. So, first of all, the Indian National Congress, which is the party of 134 years, which is known as the Grand Old Political Party of India. It was formed in 1885 and who was the founder? He was Alan Octavian Hume. A.O. Hume was the founder of the Congress Party. Of course, Dadabhai Naoroji was there, Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the first president of the Congress Party. Then the second that is the Communist Party of India, CPI. CPI was formed in the year 1925. Of course, if you go to the website of the party, you will find the date is mentioned date is 1920, but the CPI's own website says the party was formed in the year 1925 at Kanpur. So, who are the founders? The founders include M.N. Roy, Abani Mukherjee and others. So, another is the CPI underwent a split in 1964 and the party which came out of the CPI was known as CPM, Communist Party of India, Marxist, and it was formed in the year 1964 and the founding members of CPM included EMS Nambudripad, Jyoti Basu and others. Then the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was formed in 1980 by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, L.K. Advani and others. Then the Bahujan Samaj Party was formed in 1984 by Kansi Ram. Then the Nationalist Congress Party was formed in 1999 by Sharad Pawar, Tariq Anwar and P. A. Sangma. And then All India Trinamool Congress, which was formed in 1998, and Mamata Banerjee was the founder of Trinamool Congress, which was a breakaway group of the original Congress Party. And lastly, the National People's Party, which was a recent addition to the list of national parties, it was formed in 2012, and the party was formed by P. A. Sangma. So, this is the complete list of national parties of India. Now, let us discuss them one by one. So, first let us take up the grand old political party, that is the Congress Party. So, officially it is known as the Indian National Congress with a symbol that is known as hand. The hand symbol is the symbol of the electoral symbol of the Congress Party. So, in this context I will highlight upon the ideology of the Congress Party and the electoral performance and social base of the party. So, Congress Party as you know, it has got a significant involvement with the freedom movement of the country, and the credit to free the country from the colonial rule only goes to the Congress Party. And for that reason the Congress Party enjoyed this honeymoon phase, that is from 1952 to 1977 uninterruptedly. It enjoyed power at the center, and it also dominated most of the states. So, if you look at the ideology of the Congress Party, we will find it has got certain marvelous ideology. So, first of all, Congress Party believes in nationalism, जातीयतावाद. Congress Party रो मुख्य उद्देश्य है जातीयतावाद, जोटा कि किसी डाउट करिवार नहीं, कहीं देश में जातीयतावाद सृष्टि करवा और देश को ब्रिटिश शासन मुक्त करने जदि आम कौन दल को साधुवाद दबा बा क्रेडिट दबा सेटा कांग्रेस दल. सो नेशनलिज्म. सेकेंड हूँ सोशलिज्म, समाजवाद. So, Congress Party wants to bridge the gap between rich and the poor. Congress Party wants to make equitable distribution of resources or income and wealth in the country. So, that is socialism. Thirdly, democracy. Congress Party believes in a democratic system, and to better to say combine these two terms, Congress Party's main ideology is democratic socialism. So, here socialism is the goal and democracy is the means to achieve the goal. And fourthly, Congress Party always stands for secularism. So, for Congress Party there should not be any relationship between state and the religion, and all religious communities to be treated equally. तेणु धर्मनिरपेक्षता हूँ कांग्रेस दलर एक मुख्य आदर्श. एंड फिफ्थली, कांग्रेस पार्टी वांट्स फॉर प्लान्ड इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, योजनाबद्ध अर्थनैतिक प्रगति. देशर अर्थनैतिक प्रगति हम किंतु योजना अनुसार. सो इट स्टैंड्स फॉर स्टेट लेड इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ. एंड अनदर आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ कांग्रेस पार्टी इज डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. इट वांट्स टू डिसेंट्रलाइज पावर टू दी पंचायत लेवल एंड ऑल्सो टू दी नगरपालिकाज. तेणु गणतांत्रिक क्षमता विकेन्द्रीकरण यहाँ कांग्रेस आउ गोटे आदर्श. एंड लास्टली, कांग्रेस पार्टी ऑलवेज स्टैंड्स फॉर सोशल जस्टिस. दैट मीन्स जस्टिस टू दी वीकर सेक्शंस ऑफ दी society. There should be social equality. So, these are certain things for which Congress always stood up to, and the benchmark of the Congress Party. But the Congress Party, if you look at this bar diagram, you will find that the Congress Party is since 1984 onwards, the Congress Party had got particularly in 1984, the Congress Party's tally was very impressive. It got the highest percentage of vote and highest number of seats in Lok Sabha, 415 seats. Even during the Nehru period, Congress did not enjoy such a privilege. But later on, Congress Party's performance declined, and particularly in 2014 election, Congress Party was reduced to only 44 seats. So, that is the worst phase of the Congress Party, and how the Congress lost to the BJP, and how the Congress could not convert its percentage of votes into seats, that is another story. But in 2019 election, Congress also could not show any impressive performance. It only added a few 8 or some seats to its earlier tally of 44. So, today the Congress Party only has 52 seats in Lok Sabha, and that also de-recognizes the party to get the status of opposition leader. So, now this 17th Lok Sabha, is without any recognized opposition. So, you can say that Congress party is passing through a very bad phase since 2014 onwards, and the social base of the Congress party is also reducing day by day. Those sections of the society which were earlier voting for the Congress, they are now switch sides to other political parties, mainly to the BJP. So, now let us also discuss about the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is now enjoying power at the center since 2014. So, if you look at the BJP, it claims that it is a party with a difference. It is a party with a difference because it is a rightist party, as I explained to you earlier. So, for BJP, nothing is above the interest of the country. So, it particularly stands for national interest. For that reason, the party has become so popular and popular among the youth masses. And if you go to the history of the BJP, although it was formed in 1980, it had got an earlier avatar, earlier incarnation. The earlier incarnation of the BJP was the Bharatiya Jana Sangh, and to be specific, the Bharatiya Jana Sangh was formed in 1951 by another stalwart. His name was Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee. But that Bharatiya Jana Sangh, which competed with the Congress party under Nehru, it survived and it also posed challenges to Nehru government. But in 1977, when the Janata Party was formed with the conglomeration of different political parties, this Bharatiya Jana Sangh merged with the Janata Party, but later on differences cropped up. In 1980, those members of Bharatiya Jana Sangh once upon a time, and they became a part of the Janata Party. They came out of the Janata Party and formed their own party known as the Bharatiya Janata Party in April 1980. तेणु जनता पार्टी भितर जो भारतीय जनसंघर जो मेंबर माने थिले से माने 1980 मसीह ओहरी आसिकी से माने गोटे स्वतंत्र दल गढ़िले, जो कि मुख्य दुई जन नेता थिले, गोटे हेले अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी आ जन थिले लालकृष्ण आडवाणी। से माने 1980 मसीह जो दल गढ़िले ता ना देले भारतीय जनता पार्टी। तेणु भारतीय जनसंघर जो आदर्श थिला से आदर्श भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी पाखक आसिला। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आम कहे गोटे भिन्न धरण पार्टी एथिलागि तार किसी स्पेसिफिक आदर्श रही किसी निर्दिष्ट आदर्श रही कौन से गुड़िक ना फर्स्ट इज द भारतीय जनता पार्टी बिलीव्स इन नेशनलिज्म। सो फॉर बीजेपी नेशन इज ऑलवेज फर्स्ट एंड इट इज नेशंस इंटरेस्ट व्हिच इज पैरामाउंट, इट सरपासेस एवरीबॉडी। तेणु ये देश आगे समस्ते नीच आ देशर स्वार्थ है सर्वोपरि, यहाँ हूँ बीजेपी प्रथम आदर्श। सेकेंड हूँ नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन। बीजेपी ऑलवेज वांट्स एन अखंड भारत। अखंड भारत मीन्स इंडिया हैज ऑलरेडी बीन partitioned and BJP swears that India will never be partitioned again. So it swears by the promise that to keep India united and भारतर जो अखंडता, भारतर जो एकता ताकू बजाय केमती रखियो सेला बीजेपी रो द्वितीय आदर्श। थर्ड होची बीजेपी बिलीव्स इन गांधीयन सोशलिज्म। So BJP says the socialism ideology borrowed by Nehru from the West, and BJP hates something which comes from the West by Nehru. Therefore BJP wants the Indian brand of socialism, which BJP says the Gandhian nationalism. So Gandhian socialism, समाजवादी आदर्श रहिबो किंतु गांधी महात्मा गांधी का आदर्श भितर रहिबो। धनी दरिद्र तारतम्य ह्रास होबो किंतु पाश्चात्य शैली नुह। एटा होची महात्मा गांधी आदर्श। सत्याग्रह हो कि सर्वोदय हो से बेसिस रे ही, ट्रस्टीशिप सिस्टम हो से से सोशलिज्म समाजवादर लक्ष्य हासिल करा जिवो। देन फोर्थ इंपोर्टेंट आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ बीजेपी इज पॉजिटिव सेक्युलरिज्म बा आस्थिवाचक धर्मनिरपेक्षता। सो कांग्रेस स्टैंड्स फॉर सेक्युलरिज्म and most parties stand for secularism, but BJP's secularism is something different. It says that it also stands for secularism, but its secularism is of a different variety, that is positive. So what is that positive secularism? So under BJP, the banner is that equal treatment to all religions and favorable treatment to none. So equal treatment to all. So BJP says secularism means equal treatment to all religions. तेणु सबु धर्म को समान दृष्टि देख, क्या प्रति अधिक तुष्टिकरण कर ना। सो अपीजमेंट टू नन। सो बीजेपी सेज other political parties, they follow the pattern of negative secularism, because they appease the minority communities and they displease the majority community. But BJP says there should be neutrality and there should be equal treatment to all religions, that is positive secularism. And fifthly, BJP also stands for integral humanism. So, integral humanism implies by ताको एकात्म मानववाद बोली कहा जाए, एकात्म मानववाद. So, integral humanism is a specific ideology given by one Jansangh stalwart, his name was Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya. So, integral humanism says that Indian style of development is neither to be the Marxist version of West or even the capitalist version of the West. So, we have got this Indian version of development. So, development of the human being from within. So, on the basis of Indian scriptures, on the basis of that non-dualism under Vedic scripture, the individual should develop, that is known as integral humanism. And another ideology of BJP is it believes in value based politics, mulyabodha vittika rajniti. So, BJP says that we are doing politics not for the benefit of personal benefit or material benefit, but for the interest of the society, for the interest of the country. And lastly, BJP also stands for self reliance by Swadeshi. BJP wants indigenous pattern of development rather than following the pattern of the West or borrowing or importing goods from the West. So, these are the ideologies which actually put a stamp on the BJP as a party of the rightist or right of the center, or you can say party with a difference. And if you look at the electoral performance of the BJP, you will be astonished to know that in 1984 BJP got only 2 seats. But in course of time, when the BJP appropriated this Ram Janmabhoomi movement, it suddenly improved its tally from 2 to 85, and in the passing phases in 1989, then 91, then 96, then 99, BJP could gather as many as 182 seats. And under Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 1999, BJP formed the NDA coalition government, which survived for 5 years. And later on there came certain decline of the BJP with the Congress taking over the power for another decade. Then later in 2014, we will find the revival of the BJP under the leadership of Narendra Modi. In 2014, BJP could get 282 seats and it was the single majority party in Lok Sabha. And the vote percentage also increased enormously. So, it could get more than 31% of votes. Again in 2019, BJP could increase its tally to 303 and it could get more than 37% of votes. So, in this way under the leadership of BJP, under the leadership of Narendra Modi, BJP is climbing one step after another. And the social base of the BJP, earlier the social base confined only to the urban people, educated people and the Hindu community and even the North Indian community. But later on BJP has been able to expand its base throughout the country. The few South Indian states, except few South Indian states, BJP is now having its presence throughout the country. Now, if you compare the BJP with the Congress, you will find that so it is a purely a zero sum game. With the rise of the BJP, you will find a simultaneous decline of the Congress. तेणु BJP रो जते उत्थान हे चली कांग्रेस सेमती पतन हे चली जो जदि आम देखुचे स्क्रीन रे जो बार डायग्राम इंडिकेट करुच्ची 1984 रे कांग्रेस रो जो ब्लू बार डायग्राम टा अच्छी जे 1984 रे जो पार्टी 415टा सीट पाइथिला वर्तमान ताहा कमिकरी 52 सीट्स रे परिणत होईची. इवन जदि 2014 मसीहा को आम जिबा ताले सेटा 44 थिला. सिमिलारली जो पार्टी 2टा सीट पाइथिला 1984 रे से पार्टी रो बढ़ी बढ़ी की वर्तमान चलची सेटा हला 303 सीट पाइची. Even within that stiff electoral competition, BJP has been able to successfully defeat the Congress. So, similarly, line graph the line graph also indicates the vote percentage. The Congress vote percentage was more than 49% in 1984. Now, today it stands at only 20%, whereas the BJP has been able to increase its vote percentage to 38%. So, this depiction shows how the Congress is going down day by day, and how the BJP is prospering also with the loss of the Congress. Now, if you look at the map of India today, you will find the saffron areas or the orange colors, they indicate how the BJP got seats in 2019 Lok Sabha. Only a few seats colored in blue, where you find the Congress party or the Congress candidate got elected, and the blue colors are very less compared to the orange color. So, this is how there is a comparison between Congress and the BJP. Now, let us move forward to the leftist parties, the CPI and CPM. So, both the parties, the leftist parties, they subscribe to the Marxian ideology, Marxist-Leninist ideology. So, CPI and CPM, they did not have any much influence in Indian politics, but let us club them together, because there is hardly any ideological difference except one or two. So, the CPI, as I told you, it was formed in 1925, and when China India war took place in 1962, there was bickering inside the CPI, and those who were in favor of China, they split the party. They included EMS Nambudripad, Jyoti Basu and others, and they formed a separate party which was known as the CPM. तेणु 1962 रे जो भारत चीन युद्ध होता से जो मैंने चाइनार पदक्षेप को समर्थन कले से माने CPM बेली नुआ दल गठन कले नंबूद्रिपद आ ज्योति बसु को लेकर आउ जो मैंने सोवियत यूनियन को सपोर्ट करते से माने CPI पुराना दल रे रहिले तेणु CPI और CPM दुईटा दल सृष्टि है 1925 रे CPI थिला 1964 रे CPM सृष्टि है तेणु उभय दल कम्युनिस्ट व मार्क्सिज्म उपर विश्वास करती कम्युनिज्म और मार्क्सिज्म बिलीव्स इन रेडिकल चेंज ऑफ द सोसाइटी सो except Marxism Leninism the CPI and CPM both believe in parliamentary democracy. They believe that in India it is very difficult to have a vanguard like party as Lenin had in Soviet Union. So, both the CPI and CPM they believe that in India social transformation is possible only through parliamentary method, and they also believe in secularism. They believe that all religions should be given equal importance, and they believe in social justice, सामाजिक न्याय पर मध्य विश्वास करते. So, they also believe in economic equality, equal distribution of income and wealth in the country, and lastly they also believe in planned economic development. So, both the communist parties they believe that economic development is possible which is led by the state, not led by the market. So, they hate the market forces and they put faith in the role of the state to steer the economic development. So, these are certain ideologies common to both CPI and CPM, but having said that both the parties they differ on different issues. So, while CPI is leaning towards Soviet Union, now there is of course no Soviet Union, but at that time it was in favor of the Soviet communist ideology, and CPM subscribed to the Chinese ideology. Then another difference is while CPI was in favor of the Congress support, that means CPI was having a favorable attitude towards the Congress party. On the other hand, the CPM disliked the Congress and it considered the Congress as untouchable. And another difference is while the CPI wanted a national democracy, CPM wanted a proletarian type of democracy, a farmer democracy by the people, people's democracy. So, CPM to be specific, CPM wanted for people's democracy. So, these are certain thin lines of difference between CPI and CPM, but apart from that both the communist parties they subscribe to the main Marxist ideology, that is the welfare of the poor people, the farming community, and the equal distribution of wealth in the society. So, if you look at the electoral performance, you will find that both the communist parties they did not put any major challenge to the dominance of the Congress. Only in the year 2004 both the communist parties they could amass 60 seats, out of them CPM got only 43 seats. तेणु 2009 मसीहा 2004 मसीह ही आम देखा जे CPI और CPM से माने सब हाईएस्ट सीट पाई पाखापाखि 60टा सीट पाई तादर CPM ही पाई 43 सीट जोटा कि से माने कांग्रेस को समर्थन देते जोद्वारा कि कांग्रेस UPA 1 गवर्नमेंट वाज वेरी मच सक्सेसफुल. Later on there has been terminal decline of the CPI and CPM, and today CPM gets only 3 seats in the 17th Lok Sabha, and it is confined only to one state, that is Kerala. केवल 3टा स्टेट रे तांकर प्रभाव थाए गोटे है केरला, गोटे है वेस्ट बेंगल, गोटे है त्रिपुरा। बर्तमान वेस्ट बेंगल ना कि त्रिपुरा ना केवल केरला रे से शासन रे अछंती। So this is the story of the CPI and CPM. Now come to another national political party, that is Bahujan Samaj Party. So BSP was formed by Kansi Ram, and Kansi Ram was a Dalit leader. In fact, he was a government employee. Later on, from that his being an employee, he wanted to form an association which he termed as a DS4, Dalit Sosit Samaj Sangharsh Samiti. So DS4 was later on converted as Bahujan Samaj Party by Kansi Ram in the year 1986. So this BSP is a sectional political party which addresses to the interest of a particular section, particularly the Dalit community, and BSP says that the Bahujan includes those who do not belong to the upper caste. They include the Dalits, the tribals, the OBCs, the minorities. So they include them all, and they say that the Bahujan should have the right to rule because India is a democracy. So this Bahujan Samaj Party now it is led by Mayawati, and this party believes in certain ideology or certain system which is known as, the first is social equality, samajika ekata, the how samajika samanata. So society रे केमती समस्ते समान रहे, there should not be any caste difference, सेटा सामाजिक समानता. सेकेंड होची सोशल जस्टिस, justice to the weaker sections of the society, particularly Dalit sections of the society. Third is self respect. Self respect for whom? Self respect for those who have been neglected by the society, particularly the Dalit community. Dalit community रो आत्म मर्यादा केमती रक्षा करा ही जाय परिबो. Then it wants social transformation, सामाजिक परिवर्तन. So through social transformation it wants to give justice to the weaker sections of the society. Then it wants economic emancipation, अर्थनैतिक प्रगति. अर्थनैतिक प्रगति केमिति हबो? खाली से को बीएसपी भाषा रे वर्तमान अर्थनैतिक दृष्टिकोण आमर उच्च वर्गर लोक जो माने अछंती से मानक पाखरे धन रहिछि, किंतु नीच वर्ग रे दलित मानक पाखरे धन संपत्ति नाही. केमति सेति लागि सोसाइटी रे केमति अर्थनैतिक परिवर्तन घटिबो, अर्थनैतिक प्रगति घटिबो को मानकर ना दलित श्रेणी रो लोक मानकर. एंड it also believes in anti Brahminism. So BSP's poll plank is, it hates the Brahmin Raj, and it says that since independence the Brahmins have been controlling not only the political field but also bureaucracy, and everywhere there is dominance of the Brahmins. So it wants to dismantle this Brahmin hegemony. तेणु ब्राह्मणवाद वा मनुवाद जोटा से कहते ताकू से बंद करने चेष्टा करती. एंड लास्टली BSP believes in the Ambedkarite system. द आम्बेडकर का आदर्श उपरे से अनुप्राणित हुए. आम्बेडकर जो कहते जे एजुकेट एजिटेट एंड ऑर्गेनाइज, एजुकेट एजिटेट एंड ऑर्गेनाइज, शिक्षित कर, ऑर्गेनाइज कर, आउ आंदोलन कर, से बीएसपी विश्वास करे. सो जदि आम देखा बीएसपी रो इलेक्टोरल परफॉर्मेंस, यू विल फाइंड बीएसपी एज ए पॉलिटिकल पार्टी व्हिच इज ऑल्दो ए नेशनल पार्टी बट इट इज ए डोमिनेंट फोर्स इन उत्तर प्रदेश, and apart from Uttar Pradesh it has got significant presence in Punjab, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and few other states. So since 1989 BSP's performance was not so impressive, and in 2009 it got the highest number of seats. It got as many as 21 seats and 6.17% of votes, but it is also a very strong force in Indian politics. And day by day it is trying to expand its social base beyond the horizon, beyond the scheduled caste and beyond the minorities. It wants to attract the other sections of the society. Now let us come to another national party, that is the Nationalist Congress Party, which has this clock symbol. So NCP or the Nationalist Congress Party is a breakaway group of the Congress. And this in 1999, why the Congress underwent a split? It underwent a split because there are some leaders in the Congress party, senior leaders, who didn't like Sonia Gandhi to become the leader of the party, because they considered that Sonia Gandhi had a foreign origin. Therefore, anybody who is a foreign who had got a foreign origin should not be the leader of the Congress. So, but Sonia Gandhi's elevation as the president of the Congress became inevitable. Therefore, three important leaders of the Congress party, Sharad Pawar, Tariq Anwar and P.A. Sangma, they left out of the party and formed another party known as the Nationalist Congress Party. ତେଣୁ 1999 ମସିହାରେ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲିଷ୍ଟ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ପାର୍ଟି ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହୋଇଥିଲା। ଆଉ ତେଣୁ ସେ ପାର୍ଟିର ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଆଦର୍ଶ ରହିଛି। ସେ ଯଦିଓ ଆମେ ସେ ଆଦର୍ଶ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଜାଣିବା, ତଥାପି ଦେର୍ ଇଜ୍ ହାର୍ଡଲି ଏନି ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ବିଟୱିନ୍ ଦି କଂଗ୍ରେସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦି ନ୍ୟାସନାଲିଷ୍ଟ କଂଗ୍ରେସ। As like the Congress party, the Nationalist Congress Party believes in nationalism, it also believes in secularism, it also believes in federal state and decentralization, it also believes in equality, social justice, rule of law and participatory democracy. So, there is no difference between Congress ideology and NCP's ideology, except that NCP does not want a foreigner to lead a national party in India. So far as the electoral performance is concerned, the party is purely influential in Maharashtra. Now, it is a coalition partner in Maharashtra along with Shiv Sena and the Congress party, and in 2004 and 9 it could get the highest number of seats, that is 9 seats. Now, come to the All India Trinamool Congress, AITMC. Of course, you know that the party was formed by Mamata Banerjee in 1998, and the party always stands for anti-congressism. The party also stands for anti-communism, and the party stands for democracy, decentralization, secularism, empowerment and social justice. So, this Mamata Banerjee's All India Trinamool Congress was born out of the Congress, therefore, it has got certain similarities with the Congress. At the same time, as it is a dominant force in West Bengal, it has got its own enemy, that is the Communist Party. ତେଣୁ ଏ ଦଳ ବା ଯେଉଁ ତୃଣମୂଳ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ସବୁବେଳେ କମ୍ୟୁନିଷ୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଘୃଣା କରେ ବା କମ୍ୟୁନିଷ୍ଟଙ୍କ ସହିତ କୌଣସି ସମ୍ପର୍କ ରଖେନି, କିନ୍ତୁ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ସହିତ ହାତ ମିଳାଇବାକୁ କୁଣ୍ଠାବୋଧ କରେ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ଆଉ ତୃଣମୂଳ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ଭିତରେ ଏତେ ଆଦର୍ଶଗତ ପାର୍ଥକ୍ୟ ଦେଖାଯାଏ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସକୁ ଦେଖିବା କ'ଣ ସେ ଇଲେକ୍ସନରେ କରିଛି, ତାହେଲେ ଇନ୍ 2014 the Trinamool Congress got the highest number of seats, 30, it could win 34 seats, and all of them came from West Bengal. West Bengal ଲେଖା 34ଟା seats ସେ ପାଇଥିଲା, 3.84% vote ପାଇଥିଲା, and that was the glorious time of Trinamool Congress. Later on in 2019 its performance declined, and now it stands for only 22 seats. Now, having said that, let us have a eye view regarding bird's eye view regarding the regional parties. ଏବେ ରିଜନାଲ ପାର୍ଟି ବା ଆଞ୍ଚଳିକ ଦଳ ଉପରେ ଟିକେ ଆଲୋକପାତ କରିବା। ଆଞ୍ଚଳିକ ଦଳ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ କିଏ ସ୍ୱୀକୃତି ଦେବେ ନା ଇଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କମିଶନ୍ ଦେବେ, କିନ୍ତୁ କ୍ରାଇଟେରିଆ କ'ଣ? ସୋ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କମିଶନ୍ ହାଜ୍ ଫିକ୍ସ ଦ କ୍ରାଇଟେରିଆ ଟୁ ଡିକ୍ଲେୟାର ଏ ରିଜନାଲ ପାର୍ଟି। ଦ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ହେଉଛି ପାର୍ଟି ସୁଡ୍ ସିକ୍ୟୁର ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ 6% of valid votes polled in an election to the state legislative assembly and win at least 2 seats in that state assembly. ଯଦି ସେଇଟା ନାହିଁ ତାହେଲେ ଅର୍ ଏ ପାର୍ଟି ସୁଡ୍ ସିକ୍ୟୁର ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ 6% of valid votes polled in an election to Lok Sabha and win at least 1 seats in the Lok Sabha. If that is also not found, then another criteria that is followed, a party should win minimum 3% of seats or minimum 3 seats in the legislative assembly, whichever is higher. So, on that criteria election commission has listed as many as 52 parties as regional parties. So, major regional parties in India, you can see on your screen that the Aam Aadmi Party formed in 2012, which is influential in Delhi and Punjab. Biju Janata Dal, of course you know, it was formed in 1997, which is active in Odisha. DMK 1949, active in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, and AIADMK formed in 1972, active in the same states. Then the Shiromani Akali Dal, remember that Shiromani Akali Dal is the oldest regional party in India, which was formed in the year 1920 and which is active in Punjab. Then Shiv Sena in 1966, Maharashtra. Then Rashtriya Janata Dal 1997, Bihar and Jharkhand. Then Lok Janshakti Party formed in 2000, which is active in Bihar by Paswan. Then Janata Dal United 1999, Bihar and Jharkhand. Janata Dal Secular 99, Karnataka and Kerala. Jharkhand Mukti Morcha 1972, Jharkhand. Then Indian National Lok Dal 1999, which is active in Haryana. Then Assam Gana Parishad 1985, which is active in Assam. Jammu Kashmir National Conference, which is also a pre-independence day party 1932. Then People's Democratic Party Jammu and Kashmir 1998. Samajwadi Party 1992 in UP. Sikkim Democratic Front 1993 in Sikkim, then Telugu Desam Party in 1982 which is active in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, then Telangana Rashtriya Samiti TRS in 2001 which is active also in the same state, then YSR Congress which was formed in 2011 in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and now TRS is ruling Andhra Pradesh. So, this is the list of regional parties in India. Now, what are the types of regional parties you find? So, the regional parties can be divided on the basis of 3 criteria on the basis of their zone of influence. So, there is extreme. So, if you look at the map of India, you will find the red color implies the extreme regionalism, zone of extreme regionalism, such as your Jammu Kashmir, northeastern states, then Tamil Nadu, then Punjab. So, these are the oldest region of regional parties. Then there is an intermediate regionalism zone which is colored in the orange, which indicates in the map Assam, then West Bengal, then Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, then also Maharashtra, and then there is a moderate regionalism zone which is Odisha, Karnataka and Gujarat. So, on that basis there is also evolution. On the basis of evolution you can find long standing parties like DMK, National Conference, then short standing parties like Biju Janata Dal, Samajwadi Party. Then attitude towards Indian Union, you can find separatist parties like Mizo National Front, Shiromani Akali Dal, and federalist parties like the Telugu Desam Party or even BJD. Now, if you find an assessment, you will get that national regional parties, they have a significant role for the popularization of local political culture, but at the same time regional parties they suffer from personality cult, they also suffer from identity politics, and they also suffer from which is known as dynastic politics. So, these are certain positive aspects and also negative aspects of the regional parties. So, with this let me sum up that in this lecture I explained you the party system in India, how parties can be classified, what are the national parties in India and what are the different types of regional parties in India, and how we can assess them, how can you judge them. So, thank you for your watching this video. Have a good day.